Having a special needs kid, obviously every scenario is different depending on the kid. McCarthy happens to be nonverbal, has really no awareness socially of what's going on around him. So that can be difficult because you can't maybe take him to a busy restaurant or any busy activities because he could be disrupted or bothered or disrupt others. But I think the main thing is you just have to be on all the time. I mean, when he's awake, you have to be aware of where he is and what he's doing.
It's challenging to know what he needs or wants. And even when he's excited or happy about things, sometimes I just wish he could tell me.
The minute we met with Nancy and she talked us through the programming, from the outset it was, don't worry about him. He's gonna be fine here. We're gonna take care of him and love him. And the whole team there and the buddies are just so amazing to, give up an element of their Sunday to love on our child so we can go to a church service. I mean, it's the most sacrificial service.
It has far exceeded any expectation. It's more than we could even hope for in a church. And honestly, if, without that ministry, we simply wouldn't be able to attend church as a family.
Lily had a host of significant medical trauma in her first year. And once we got through that, we had the understanding that she was going to be able to lead a fairly, typical life. And she got to about 18 months and greatly regressed. We heard her say words and then it was gone. In 15 years, Lily has never been to the restroom by herself. Lily has never eaten a meal by herself. So that's every day, every hour, every moment.
There were a lot of Sundays that I would get up, get her dressed, and be heading out the door, and it was just, she had a meltdown. It just wasn't gonna work. Lily
has changed our lives for the better. Like, our life is sweeter and richer and more relaxed, probably.
Now that we're 15 years in.
Worshiping is different. Our trust in the Heavenly Father is different, and she adds to our lives. Lily will stop everything to dance with her dad.
Yeah.
One of the real gifts that we have.
Kingsland has been a warm and welcoming place for a family that really, really needs a warm and welcoming place.
I think Kingsland has given us permission to just be the parents of Lily at times, and not pastor and pastor's wife, and that's a great blessing. There's so many people that have loved Lily and us well.
When Clara came along, it was around the 6-month mark that we realized she was different, and that eventually led us to certain doctors and appointments with an eventual diagnosis of Cohen syndrome. And just to give you a picture of that, she is completely nonverbal, so she's never spoken a word, and she needs help with all personal care. And she will most likely always live with us. We've been at Kingsland for about 9 months now, and I could say a lot of things. One, it's kept our family in church together, the 4 of us, which is huge. The community that we've now found. We've met more families raising a child or an adult with special needs in the last 9 months than in Clara's 9 years of life. Clara's excited to come to church, and she's always been able to sit through church or go to church, but the fact that she's excited to go, the fact that when we walk through those doors at Kingsland, she smiles really big, and she's completely nonverbal, so it's all body language, but she smiles and she hits her chest and she rocks back and forth. That's her way of saying, I'm happy, I'm glad to be here, I'm excited. And, that's what every parent wants.
To me, I don't know how they get all the volunteers together. That's the crazy thing. You walk in, there's all these young kids, adults, leaders of the church who are participating, which that's huge for her.
Kingsland has been a huge blessing for our family.